Alright everybody, I want to make an update on my bikes that I've been working on. I haven't really made any videos for a while because I hate this camera, and I still haven't really bought my own because it's not really a necessity, and I'd rather get these things fixed first before I really do anything else. But I'm also looking into getting like a helmet camera and checking out a couple of dealerships, and they got some pretty good ones, so hopefully I'll pick up one of those and I'll start making some video blogs and that kind of cool stuff. But anyway, you might notice that my bike has got triple headlights now. They actually came off my dad's car, just some junk we had laying around, and I think what I'm going to do is retrofit LED bulbs in it because I don't want to put a strain on the electrical system since it's really only meant to drive the headlight and the turn signals and a few other things. But anyway, so I'm working on that, and what I did is pretty simple. I just bolted the bracket straight to the headlight bucket, since on the older styles they bolt straight to the buckets on the sides. And then I got the rear foot pedals, or not foot pedals, well, I guess the rear foot things, whatever you want to call them. I put those back on there because in case I have someone that wants to go ride with me, because it is kind of a torquey little bike. I ordered some Pirelli Route 66 tires to put on it because you don't want to ride new things. These are the Bridgestone Magmopus tires that they put on there 30 years ago, so they've been good enough for testing purposes, which is going up and down the road. I haven't really gone much quicker than 20 or 30, so. But I also painted the gas tank storm gray. I didn't really spend a whole lot of time on it because honestly I just wanted to ride it. And I went to the dealership, got some Honda wing logos to put on the side, and it actually accents it pretty well, so it's a good looking color. And let's see here, I rebuilt the front fork so it no longer has the springy problem that it used to. It's still a little soft, but when I'm pressing down on it right now, it's not really dropping the way that it was. Not like this one does. This one's Kawasaki is pretty bad. I actually put well, I guess I can't really demonstrate with one arm, but anyway, Kawasaki, I put front disc brakes on it. This is actually a little bit tricky because I have to rebuild the caliper, and the caliper that goes here that I've got at work was about $79 for all the parts at Kawasaki. A couple of places online I've got the parts for about $42 to rebuild the caliper, but then you still got to buy the caliper pads, which I believe I have one of them right here. Well, maybe I don't. I don't know where it is. Oh, I do have it. Okay. That's what the pad looked like that came off. And I'm changing it for two reasons. One, it doesn't really look that bad. I could probably still use this. But my main concern is that this is from the 70s, meaning it probably has asbestos in it, and that's just not something I want to mess around with. So I've only got them for reference in case I need some parts for them. But so that's that. The hose that goes from here to here, I'm going to have to get specially made because you can't find those either. So there's a shop, since this is Indianapolis and everything is racing, there's a shop on Gasoline Alley that can make brake lines. So I was going to bring them the bolt and that kind of stuff so that they can get the right diameter. The brake caliper that I put on here is actually from a Honda CB750, in case it looks familiar to anybody. I got kind of an older style. This is a 73 because I thought that it kind of accented the bike better than like a newer one, kind of something like this. I didn't want to do anything like this because I like the old stuff on the vintage bike, And then got a new bolt for the banjo fitting, and a new dust boot, all that kind of cool stuff. But that's pretty much what I've been messing with recently, and then really nothing else. I mean, just putting a lot of work into this thing, making sure that everything's ready to go because I don't want to get out on the road and have something bad happen. I had to rebuild the front caliper as well because it kept getting stuck. And if you've never rebuilt the caliper, it's actually pretty simple. There's 4 little seals, and they literally just look like O-rings that you pull out and put new ones in after you clean everything out and get it nice inside again. And then really the worst of it was replacing these guys. This little dust boot right here, because you have to lube it in, or you have to lube it up real good and push the bolt through, but pushes it far enough in a way that it doesn't knock this dust boot out on the other side. So I had to sit there and fight with that for about a half hour, but you know, really once you get them lubed up and your fingers are dry enough to where you can actually hold it, and everything else, it worked out pretty well. And then as far as cleaning up the bike, you know, in case you're looking for something to clean up your old rusty chrome, I used two things. I used this stuff right here, Eagle One Never Dull. It's kind of like a wadding. It almost looks like cotton, and it doesn't really feel abrasive, but you should see what it does to rust. I mean, it'll just peel it straight off. Kind of neat. And then, you know, obviously when it dries off and you get like that cake kind of coating, you just get a terry cloth and wipe it down, and then get shiny. And then to seal it up real well, I got some of this stuff right here. There's aluminum polish. It's really expensive, but the reason why is because it works real good. It'll make your stuff shimmer like nothing else. So that's really all that I've done to the bike so far, aside from getting, you know, things that's been missing, like random bolts and stuff. I think I'm actually going to leave the seat on because I like that. Something I have changed, you know, something that I haven't, is the handlebars. These actually came off of a 70-something, who knows, CB650. And the reason why, which I already mentioned in one of my other videos, is because they came straight back, and I'm going to get hit myself. So next thing I need to change is the mirrors. Because when you're sitting on the bike, like this, you immediately look over and you see yourself. You can't see anything behind you, so I'm going to have to get the ones that curve out to the side like that so I can actually see what's going on. But, you know, other than that, the bike runs great. Actually, it's been sitting here for a couple hours now. And I should just fire right up. For being cold, that's pretty good. I'm happy with it. But you know, anyway, that's the gas, or that's not the gas tank. That's the bike so far. And the only thing now is just side covers, some tires, and that's about it really. And I've got a relay and a couple switches and stuff so I can wire up these lights and make them work. They're just kind of mocked up there for right now, just to see how it looks. But that's what I've done. And you know, if you guys have got any questions about either one of these bikes, I've got quite a bit of knowledge, so I could kind of, if I can't tell you the answer, I could at least point you in the right direction. Or, you know, if you're trying to find parts for this guy, you know, I can give you some websites and stuff like that, people you might be able to get it from without having to pay the raping price that Kawasaki charges. And not to say that they're a bad company, but, you know, it's just like ordering parts from a car dealership. Stuff's expensive sometimes. For whatever reason, whenever you need to get parts from Honda, most of the time their stuff is dirt cheap, and I've never understood that. I mean, to rebuild the caliper with all the seals, and so I think there was 6 or 7 seals, something like that. Well, no, let me think here. There's 4 in the pistons. I didn't get the new pistons, by the way; they were still fine. But there's 4 for the pistons, 2 dust seals, a caliper bushing, and something else. So yeah, you got about 6 or 7 seals, and it costed me, I think, $28. While on the other hand, and of course, this is just for this bike. It may not be the same way for a newer bike, but you know, I ordered 6 seals for this, which is 2 seals and 4 O-rings, and it costed me $49. To fully rebuild the caliper, like I said, it was $79, and then each brake hose was about $100 a piece. So it could just be because it's an old bike, and for whatever reason, maybe they need to charge outrageous amounts. I don't know, but anyway, you know, like I said, I do the vintage thing, so if you guys want to look somewhere in the right direction, or you know, maybe you're looking to get a bike, I know a bunch of people that got all these older ones that you never see anymore. And I think it's what really makes these classic bikes fun, is just because you never get a chance to see them in a showroom. The only time you ever get to see them is on the road, and you know, it looks nothing like a Harley, and it's one of those little unique features you get to have. It was cutting yourself up and swearing and all those nights you spend together in the garage. But anyway, there you go. That's my toys, and that's what I've been up to lately. So hopefully I'll be getting a new camera here soon, so I can actually start making some decent videos. Anyway, thanks for watching, and you know, leave me some comments.